All right. Welcome, everybody, Arsenal Fan Circle. It is the Sunday Show, and we have to celebrate 3 points. Celebrate every 3 points we get. So welcome, everybody, here for joining us today. Listen, 3 points in the bag. Title of the podcast is, what do I call it here? Points are becoming precious, man, here.
Absolutely, 100%. Welcome to everybody, the usual panel, and to all the Arsenal Fan Circle family. Hope you all are having a nice.
Tony, we all know the big match, Tony, was not the Manchester derby, but it was the Arsenal playing away at Vicarage Road to Watford. 3-2 in the end, Tony.
Yeah, it's 3 points we all expected us to get. Final scoreline closer than it should be. Doesn't really reflect the game. But I was hoping for 4-0. We get 3-2. 3 points. Doesn't matter what scoreline. It's 3 points.
Yeah, 3 points in the bag. A big 3 points, Matt. I predicted 3-1, and after 60 minutes, I was like, well, that's 3-1. We could either push on for another 2 or we could concede a goal. Well, we conceded a goal, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a sloppy goal to concede, wasn't it? I think, like I say, we should have really had another 2 or 3 today. Very happy with the 3 points, though. But like I say, we made harder work of it. But I thought we looked fantastic going forward. It's probably the most fluid we've looked for quite a while, actually. So it's quite exciting, from our attacking point of view. But just sloppy goal towards the end there.
Yeah, really good going forward. Reminded me a little bit of the Tottenham game at home, maybe Aston Villa at home. We need to repeat more of that going forward and a little less carelessness at the back, Gary.
Yeah, well, like I said, I didn't get to watch the entire thing, but the bits that I did see, we were really loose with the ball in terms of our possession. I mean, we gave the ball away really easy, too easy at some points. And it's going to come back to haunt you. And we scored because of them not being able to do the same thing. So I think it was fair play there. But it should have been a game that we handily won. Should have been at least a 2 or 3 goal difference, right? I mean,
yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I think what I find, what's a little scary is they were missing Sarr, and we were like, all right, well, that's good. That means their attack won't be as threatening, and the scoreline doesn't really show that at all, does it? I mean, their small little striker basically hurt us twice. I mean, that can't happen, right? So we kind of not necessarily took our foot off the gas, but we kind of fell asleep at the wheel a little bit, in terms of our defense. It wasn't that good. It wasn't as good as it could be and as good as it's been.
BX Gunner said, I feel like an imposter today because I didn't watch the match well. My hair didn't watch it.
Nah, I was like, Sunday, guys, for me, Sunday is basically family day. So, like, my nieces and nephews are around. And then I was like, okay, it's cool because the game will come out so past 6. And then when they were leaving, I was like, I go on to see what time is the game. And I'm like, 3, 2. What? Wow, damn it. I feel like an imposter, my guy.
We're getting the feeling of your excitement there, man. Here, Ryan, thanks for joining us. Hands up if your team is in the top 4. Yeah, let's do it. Reddy said the Manchester derby is a myth. It's a game or a team for Salford. It's a training game against Manchester. Yeah. We were quite confident, Tony, that City would take care of business today.
Yeah. Kind of they did what they expected. I was kind of hoping for them to drop at least 2 points so Liverpool could kind of get in there and have an actual race going on.
Well,
but we didn't see that.
Liverpool's going to do what Liverpool's going to do. City's going to do what City's going to do. But we have to do what we need to do, Matt. And I thought today, 3 points. I said on Thursday night, even if we dropped points here, 2 points away to Watford, would have been quite damaging to our top four hopes.
Yeah, do you know what? Today, these are the games we have to win. These are the games that, can trip us up. And previously, they have tripped us up away from home. Our form hasn't been particularly great on the road. And now we're starting to not only solidify our kind of performances at the Emirates, but actually we're starting to pick up those points again away from home, which is what we need to do. If we're going to want to finish top four, we need to take advantage of that. Those kind of games in hand, they're no good being games in hand if you don't get the points from them when you play. So, yeah, look, like the guys have said, we absolutely should have probably scored a good 2 or 3 more. We probably, at least one of those goals that we conceded today, we shouldn't have done. The first goal was an excellent finish. He shouldn't really have been able to get into a position where he was able to get that shot off. But, I mean, fair play to him for the finish in the end because it was a cracking goal. But the second one was definitely a sloppy one to give away. But I think we'll be pleased to get the 3 points. It's another 3 points chalked up on the board. And now we're sat in 4th place. And we've got, 3 games in hand on United, a game in hand on Chelsea. And I think if we win that game in hand against Chelsea, we're only, 2 points behind them?
Yeah.
So, things are looking pretty rosy at the moment. And I've got to say, going forwards, that's the most fluid I've seen us for quite some time, right across the board. It's a shame that Lacazette offers us so much, in terms of his link up and his hold up play. He obviously assisted a couple of times today. Really, really good to see. It's just a shame that he can't get on the score sheet himself, just to turn scorer as well as provider. But Odegaard, I thought was immense today. Again, he's really starting to impose himself on matches more. He's more direct, lovely little flicks and touches, and keeps the ball moving. He's a real pleasure to watch. And I think, for 34 million quid, absolute bargain.
Yeah.
Bargain.
Yep. Yeah, when you're thinking like Buendia or Madison, we definitely chose the right player.
Yeah.
And getting him in the door and alone was a key factor in getting him established with the DNA of the club, if you will, and enjoying his surroundings, because you didn't feel the love at Real Madrid, and they're absolutely the supporters of Real Madrid are he's a big miss for them right now, and they're seeing what he's doing at Arsenal, and
do you know what though, Ray? Today his pressing off the ball was fantastic. He was moving everywhere. He was moving into little pockets of space. He was a lot more proactive today, and he's enforcing himself more on the game. Whereas I think when he started this season, he was almost a little bit passive. He'd get caught with the ball a little bit. He wasn't really kind of pressing too much. He wasn't kind of enforcing himself on the game. And he's really started to come into his own now. And he's actually, forcing himself onto the opposition and really affecting games much more directly now.
Yeah.
And what a finish. I mean, cracking finish, cracking 1-2, great goal.
I think
we'll see more of those. Oh, beautiful. But we'll see more of that. We'll see more of it.
Yeah, Gary, left-footed pass into the net from Odegaard, a left-footed rocket to the top right-hand corner from Saka, and a right-footed shot from Martinelli to the left corner. 3 quality goals from Arsenal today.
Yeah, like you said, you got rocket shots from Saka and then Gabriel, and then a nice finish, clean finish from Odegaard right inside the box. So, I mean, we said we needed to get goals from everybody but Lacazette, and we got that today, right? We said all 3 players behind him scored. And you know what? Our 2 strikers should have scored today too, right? So that's, hopefully, that's a sign of things to come, because we're going to need it, because we don't know where goals are going to come from going forward. This is the worst team we're going to play for the rest of the season.
Yep.
So from here on out, we're playing teams that are, in the middle of the table, or like they said, right around us, that are going to be battling for our spots. So we have to play better. I'm happy with the game, with the results and all of that, but we're playing better teams going forward. So the things that we didn't do so well today, we're going to have to clean up. But I am happy with the game. I'm going to say it again. I am happy with the game.
Are you telling Brownie?
Right?
Are you telling Brownie?
Telling everybody, because you guys are going to come after me at some point.
If you're happy with the game, tell your face.
Clap your hands. If you're happy with the game, clap
There
your
he
hands.
is. We got a smile out, Gary. There we are. There we are. There we go.
Okay, I was mad at those that are going after me or will go after me at some point. But no, like I said, I'm happy with the game. I watched it and we looked really good. Like I said, offensively, Brownie. That's all he does is stirring up the pot. Him and Ray on the same. They
Hey,
think the same stuff.
I sworn off that I'm not going to do that today. So
no shit stirring today, Ray. I don't believe you.
No. Like I said, today our offense looked really good today. Our defense was a little suspect a little bit, but you know what? You're gonna have good enough up and down days, and our offense was enough to overcome them. So, and I think we're gonna have to deal with this. Either some days we're gonna have a really poor offensive days, but our defense will be stellar. And today, our defense was, had little questions, but we had them right where we wanted them, and that's what we want to see in these types of games, right? I mean, we kept punishing them every time they thought they were going to come back. So, because I think they scored, we scored again, and then I think the end of that first half, they looked threatening as well, and then we come out in the first half, the second half, and get the goal. So we had an answer for everything they brought to us, right? And even after they scored, I think we still had opportunities to score before and after that. So that's good. So nobody can complain about the offense. We can't really complain. We know Lacazette's not going to score for us as much as we want, but everybody else around him will. So you know what? I mean, even Nketiah looked like he might have scored today, and I mean, Partey. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, how can he pass the way he does? But you tell him to take a shot, and it's a totally different. Everything about the mechanics are all. Just tell him to pass it. If he passes it, at least the goalkeeper will have to make a decision on the ball, right? Because you're like, how far off? He's so off. But you know
Gary, at least he's hitting ball boys and not pigeons now.
Yeah, he's keeping it down. He's keeping it down. Yeah, there's no traffic, no air traffic controllers. We're monitoring, these foreign objects in the skies above in England.
Yeah. They are not orbiting Earth. And in relation to Partey and my notes, I've got two little lines linked between the 18th minute and 26th minute Partey's efforts. If you ever want to watch that and rewind it on tape, 18th and 26th minutes to refer to what Gary's talking about. But I know my title here today is Points Are Becoming Precious, and this young team might feel, before we get into the game a little bit, this young team has been sort of laying in the long grass in sixth place, and now due to United losing, thank you very much, Manchester City, we have jumped up in the fourth. It's very visible. The media may start talking about us, and I thought the way we closed out the game felt like the young players knew these 3 points were very important, and they played like it. It fed into the nervous nature of the ending of the game. I know you didn't see it, but speak a little bit to the final 13 games now and the young team, how they're going to have to come forward.
The young team are going to have to step up their level, because 5 of our remaining games is like against Chelsea, Liverpool, them lot, and United again. But I honestly think when you are, come on, we have to beat them, man. They're so shit. They're so shit, man. But I think they're going to have to step up their levels. Partey's going to have to step up his levels. I think Saka and him were outstanding today. And Matt, I think you've got a bit of humble pie for me somewhere about Odegaard. As I was calling him Gibraltar God the whole time, why did you wait?
That's not me.
No, somebody's going to have to serve me humble pie. Like, I need to have a small slice tonight.
It's all good.
Do you mean you were calling him Gibraltar God? Because I was going to say,
he's talking about it.
I was thinking, I never said that.
We'll get into Matt's dinner later on.
That's getting all defensive. Like, no, not me.
One thing I will say about Mahir, if Mahir says something, he will own it and he will back it up.
Fair play.
He will remember that he says it as well.
Definitely, that's what I was saying. The first person that told me about Now, just watch Odegaard. I'm telling you, somehow, someway, is your truly here. And yours truly was honestly thinking, what a waste of 30, 32 or 35, say 35. I was saying, bloody hell, Gibraltar God, you do nothing in this team, and we're suffering, and we already don't have midfielders. And he's trying, he's finding
I
his
think
comfort zone.
I think
Bloody
Mahir, it's the high pitched part of your voice is coming in very harsh on the audio. So if you speak in a very very soft, dulcet tone,
okay. Sorry, I'm just super excited. I just wanted to tell you guys also, you haven't seen me in a Arsenal jersey in a long, 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 long time. And this jersey that I'm wearing specifically, when I went to Cape Town, this was my cousin's jersey that he always wore. So yeah, sorry about the hype. I'm like super hyped, man. Like that I have a piece of him around. Wherever I go, like this jersey will be worn daily, 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 daily. It even
yeah,
take a
listen,
quick work.
we're gonna try. It's not gonna be easy for
It's
Mahir, but we're gonna try and get him to
so
speak
smart.
in a
Like,
soft, dulcet tone for everybody. It's hurting everybody's ears, but that's all
Can
good.
I just say,
uh,
Mahir's beard, he's got a bit of the Lacazette beard going on here
Oh
with the
my
no
God,
hair up top and the Lacazette beard down. I think you're morphing into him.
he's got the
He's been
Lacazette.
he's been going for that look for a while.
He's gonna be
I don't
he's
know if
gonna be
Mahir is
skying
able to
shots,
score or not,
skying
though.
shots over the in each of the pods when he comes in.
I think Mahir is very good on assists, but I don't know if he can score right now. So that's very
yeah,
Lacazette.
I'm more of a central attacking mode.
We'll
So
find
more
out if he
like
gets over or
a
under 4.5 goals for remaining 13 games.
okay, I'll throw
Steve Denham's in the house. Listen, as we're getting people in the house, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
that's
Tony,
the water, yeah.
before we really get into the game, speak a little bit about Lacazette. He's not scoring goals, but he is contributing.
Hey, he scored one at the end of the game last week. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, it was chalked off.
Kind of.
Technically,
He scored it.
Kind of. We'll give it to him just because we love him.
He's currently stuck on 199. He's trying to get to that 200, and they took that 200 away from him. Tony,
Yeah.
big fella, how you doing, my guy?
I think he'll get it, but I don't think he's gonna get 5 goals in the remaining 13 games. I think he's doing too much other work. If he was left to actually be striker, he could get it, but Arteta's not letting him play striker. Just like Odegaard's not just be able to play cam, they have to drop back. But Lacazette had a great game. I'd probably give him an 8 for the game. I thought he was good. Got 2 assists. Not much more yet you could ask for him except for a goal. And
Yeah.
I think he's just doing too much work to be able to get the goals.
Couple of occasions, I think it's playing on his mind a little bit, Tony. A couple of occasions he's bringing the ball. He played Erdegaard in, and Erdegaard get the ball back to him. But when he had an opportunity, really to shoot himself in the second half, so I think he's a little bit low on confidence. He needs something to go his way. Maybe he's not going to score 5 goals, which is the over/under. We set it at 4.5 on Thursday for the remainder of the season, but he can grab a few for us.
Yeah, I wish the penalty was given so he could have shot that and made that. That would have probably helped his confidence a little bit.
Yeah, but looking at that was not a penalty, right? The defender towed it away. I don't think that was a penalty for anyone else.
That was in the first half.
First half, I believe. Yes. Yeah. The one where
you know what? We're not going to get that. We're not going to get that call, even if he did touch him, because we don't get that call. So.
Clean.
Right. Sorry, the setup play, the interplay that the intelligence that Lacazette has is helping the players around them blossom as well, right?
Yeah. And you know what? The further up the pitch he is, the more opportunities we're going to have to score. Same thing with Xhaka. The closer he is up to the goal, the more chances we're going to have. So. I mean, I think that's going to be telling in the games going forward. We'll see where they set up right? I mean, when he has to come back, like he came back a lot in the Wolves game in that first half, right? And we didn't have as much, go at the goals as far as open space with players running at the goal as we did when he started moving up the pitch, and he was part of that reason why we got that. So it sounds like it's easy math, right? Just move Jacques and and Lacazette up closer to the pitch somehow, which means everybody behind him has to play better, right? And then we're going to get more goals. So further back they go. Yeah.
I was just sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say Steve Denham's comments actually pretty bang on there. He's not going to be easy to replace because he's so instrumental to what we do up top.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, Gary, he brings so many other people in. Without him, he's a big cog in that forward play wheel. Because he does link up so well with everybody.
Yeah.
You actually take him out of the equation, and there's quite a big part of that attacking play gone.
All right. So I'm going to do now. I'm going to say something. I'm going to have you translate it because it sounds better when it comes out. Because that's what I said in my head. It didn't come out that way, and then you said it. And so let me go first, and then I'll let you follow up. No, but you know what? We're saying the same thing. It just comes out cleaner. But I
usually that's Gary and me. Usually it's Gary and me. I'm just a full-blown argument.
No. But I mean, really, like you said, Lacazette, we will miss him. His leadership, and he brings. He's the glue, right? Everybody says the glue, right, between the back line and the front line. And the front, he's not. Even though he's the front line, he's not, right? He just kind of plays out there. But yeah, we're gonna miss him, but we might not miss him because they might have to make a weird decision and keep him anyways. Because I just don't think they have enough time in a window to get everything done that we're thinking they can get done anyways. So
bringing in 3 strikers is tough. Might as well sign him for another year. Be done with it. Like him.
I mean,
give him some incentive to play. If he can't stay healthy, then that's on him, right? So,
if he's willing to accept being a third striker and maybe playing in the cup competitions, it will be dependent on what kind of deal he's going to get as well, Tony. We can't be giving him a huge amount of money either, but he may want security over more money. You know what I mean? He may want a couple of years. It's definitely a discussion to be had more in the summertime, I would think. Let's see where we finish in the league, and let's see what happens in terms of strikers coming in.
We're going to finish at least 4th, Ray. All we have to do is win 6 more.
Yeah, I was going to say he's not really a third striker on our team next year. I don't think he is anyways.
You would say he's second?
Yeah.
Okay, depending if we get 1 or 2, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I think even if we get 2, we'll get 1 top class and 1 young prospect. So that'd make Lacazette the number 2.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't want him. He doesn't need to play all the time, but he does need to be part of. Like we need players that are coming in and out of the lineup, right? We have to be able to be at that point where we can bring in a player and they can actually provide some, some support and provide something each time they come out, and he can do that. So I think,
For right now, I think we've all said he is making it work with Saka around him, Martinelli, and Ødegaard. I want to focus a little bit later on Martinelli as well. Got a topic to bring there. Riddy's right. There was a penalty shout for Laka in the second half, but didn't go to VAR.
Oh.
And I think you always have to judge it in terms of if that was one of our defenders doing that, would you want a penalty given? Would you be able to justify a penalty given to the opposition? It was a bit soft in a way as well. Lacazette definitely unhappy going off, giving the referee a full earful. Hello, Taib. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying 3 points today. If you're enjoying 3 points, hit that like button. Help the channel and tell some mates about it. Subscribe, sub up. Laka is awful in the air for target.
True,
yeah, I mean, if we play that way, if we play like Brentford, Brownie, then Lacazette's not going.
You can't say that, Ray. We put in like 30 crosses, and he's our striker. So
if
we do
play like Brentford. We don't
yeah.
generally. We do sometimes play like Brentford, right?
Yeah. No, today we didn't need to, right? Well, today I think we had it. They had them right where we wanted. So
Gary itching for a fight. Who's it going to be?
yeah,
Ray
yeah.
or Tony?
I'm tired of Tony. I'm going after Ray now.
Do you know what, Steve's right though, because he made a comment earlier about having someone who's decent.
I remember last Sunday when you TKO'd Ray, so let's see if you can redo that.
No, Ray doesn't want. Ray hasn't recovered for that. I got to be easy on him, you know. Let's just move the midfield further up and get
Cord with balls over the top. You know.
Well, you know what? When we're playing teams like Watford, I think we can do what we did today, and we got the opportunities. But when we play these bigger teams, right, they're a little bit more solid in the middle and stuff. We have to be a little bit, like you said, we probably might have to put the ball over the top to get out of there, else because the more the ball sits on the back line, the scarier it gets for us. So.
Yeah. Time saying, why are we celebrating being in the top four when it's not even cemented? We could easily fall short with the difficult fixtures coming up.
Hey, celebrate your performances. Celebrate where you are on the table.
Wins,
you know,
take the wins.
When you're sitting under 20th, you're not supposed to be upset.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? As a fan base, we're very quick to complain when we're sat in 8th place or sat in 10th place or 13th place. Do you know what? We've all been moaning about finishing in 6th for the last couple of seasons and losing the first 3 games and being sat near the bottom of the table. I think we've got every right to sit here and be happy about the fact we're in 4th place right now. I see what he says, though, because we should be getting carried away.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. There's still a lot of games left and we've still got a lot to play for. So absolutely right there. But no, I think we should be celebrating.
The title right there, Ty. Points becoming precious. As we
I don't know what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed. So now we can't
celebrate.
Cautiously happy, I think.
No, we should be happy where we are today. Tomorrow, when we talk about the next game, we're going to be, talking about we need to do it again.
I'm not saying this to rile anybody, but really, this season is about ups and downs, and you have to celebrate your ups. You have to win. Where you win 3 points, you have to take them and enjoy them.
We got 13 games left. We have to win half of them, and we'll be in the top 4.
Yeah. He said it. Believe him. Brownie. So is Isaac, who everyone wants, 6'2" or Summit, and I can't head a ball for Toffee.
I'm not everyone.
If we got a striker who can head a ball, we'll get an extra 15, 20.
The balls that were going in today, I mean, Cedric today, he had his crossing boots on. Crikey. Yeah. I thought he did really well, actually. And, I mean, like you say, if we had a big, strong kind of centre forward who could head a ball, we'd be laughing. We'd have had about four-headed goals today. So, some truth in that for sure. And you've seen it with Kieran Tierney sticking balls in the box. Saka stuck a couple of decent balls in. Cedric was pinging them in left, right and centre. I think we would definitely benefit from someone who's kind of a big tool centre forward. Definitely.
As the old option B, right? This plan B.
We had Giroud. Giroud was good for that. I really rated Giroud. I loved him as our plan. And to me, he was the first time when he played for us. It was almost like, for me, it was the first time for a long time I'd seen us almost have a plan B option rather than the tiki-taka. When he came on, I thought, gives us a target.
He was good. He could play either way. He could play high balls. He could play balls into the feed as well. So we're gonna need a player like that. Really said, it's gonna be some day, especially when Arteta gets an assist from the touchline. Gary?
I was just gonna say, are there players that are known for heading the ball?
DCL
scored 28.
The ones who are linked. DCL was
no. Players that we're looking at bringing into the squad that are headers of ball.
Dominic
Not that we're looking at, I don't think. No,
but I mean, he's
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, and he's injury prone right now, right? So he's not really at the top of our list. I would say, Jonathan David would be, probably. I like that, like him. We can make it work with any striker. That's the thing. Just get us a younger striker than Lacazette. Can we get a striker that can hold the ball like Lacazette? Pick whichever one you want, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll take either one.
Tybe said, who cares about penalties not being given? Certainly with Arsenal, they're not going to get them. Go and win it in open play, he says. Tony, you're doing well. Good. Mr. Tom, hate football slightly less this week. Just that 1-0 defeat. there's little shoots, there's little things there for Jesse Marsh to work on with Leeds. So
Yeah.
keep saying it.
They had their chances, right? They had their
Lautaro
chances.
Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez. You and Tony up there will agree on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a hard one to get. All right.
Yeah, Andrew said he's not for sale, so we'll find out.
Yeah, no. If we get Champions League, I mean, here you go. If you really want to get him, then get third place. Yeah, get third place, and then you should be able to get whatever player you want. So.
Brownie says he missed the small man, big man, two up top.
Little and large.
Little and large, like Niall Quinn and Alan Smith back in the day. Did you hear Justin Timberlake has joined the Ukrainian war effort? He has been stationed at Crimea River. I don't know what it is.
Crimea. You just suckered. You just got suckered. Yeah.
That took me a moment there. That took me a moment. That's good.
You actually didn't even say it. It's not even how you pronounce it anyway. So
I still like
he pronounced it incorrectly.
Crimea River. Alan Shearer would thrive in this team. Mr. Howell's in the house.
What's
Sorry.
up, Dad?
Shearer would be a beast in this team.
Yeah, and sure.
Dust his boots off. Get him on.
There you go. Quinn and Phillips, and I think Niall Quinn, Irishman, Arsenal player. It's a gimme. It's a gimme. Okay, Mahir, the first goal. A thing of beauty, right? We had a little bit of a scare with Watford in the first minute, but as Gary said in the last podcast, the line is holding well against that Saiz goal against Wolves. That's a sign that the defense is doing their thing. Remember, soft, dulcet tones will come through better, Mahir. But that first goal for Ødegaard.
Oh my days. Link up play. That is what's called a team goal right there. I mean, was it Saka, Lacazette? No, Saka, Ødegaard, Lacazette, Ødegaard.
Cedric as well in the build-up. Yeah.
Oh, Cedric was the one.
It was a double Ødegaard Saka. It was an Ødegaard Saka double. And the thing that made that was Ødegaard's flick to release Saka on the right-hand side.
Oh, when you watch things like that, like I'm already eating the humble pie, but not too big of a slice just yet, because we do know our beloved team at any moment can decide, okay, let's just not perform, and we might drop points. Like, especially now that you're saying points are becoming precious, like the title, we need to go and take advantage, especially next week against Leicester. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, after Leicester, we're going to have the stream of the toughest games possible, because it's basically the top four. Basically the top four and Tottenham roll. And they're gonna have to up their levels, all of our players, especially the likes of Partey, maybe even Martinelli a little bit more. As much as I love him, would Arsenal take a punt on Morilla from Rangers? The panel would know actually a little bit more about Morales. Like I say, I know of the DLCs, the Ollie Watkins, the Lautaro Martinez, and a few others.
Yeah.
A few other strikes.
Yeah. Tony, a really, really good opening goal for Ødegaard. And most of the best goals are very, very simple. They look simple. He's basically passing that into the net. And Tybe said, why did Arteta say that signing a striker in January was a brave decision? This guy is so dumb. I mean, it's brave in a sense that you're really trusting what you have in the squad to get you where you need to go. But a lot of Arsenal fans would have liked something in rather than Nketiah coming on, we'd have something a little bit better than that.
It's a huge gamble. Hopefully it pays off, but to me, our depth was bad enough. Then we sell two players that can play multiple positions, but to me, we definitely needed a striker. Eddie wants out of here. Get rid of him. Get him off the books. Bring somebody else in. Even if it's for a loan, there should have been somebody decent enough that would have helped us that we could have signed. It isn't that difficult to find somebody willing to come.
Arnie, you came just in time. We're talking about the first goal with Erdegaard. I think you'll want to hear all of the good things we're going to say about Erdegaard. You know, that goal was sublime, Matt.
Yeah, he's just got he's such a fluid player. Like, you know, he's just got that classy touch, the great movement, the vision. He sees things early. He is a little maestro. You know, he just pulls the strings, keep things going. He sees where players' runs are, and he just links up so well with everybody. You know, there were a couple of times today with a few little flicks and moves. His pressing was excellent. That first goal, like you say, the link-up play between Saka and Odegaard, and then obviously the finish, sublime. You know, he made it look very easy. You know, he made it look as though he had a little bit more time on the ball than he actually had.
Yeah.
But, you know, finished it simply, didn't make too much of it, just a nice, simple finish. Yeah, and made the most of it. I think in the last game we had, we couldn't seem to get our shots off early enough and time our shots well. Today, you know, we just had that timing spot on. Yeah, made the most of it. You know, I think he's someone that I think is going to really, really shine in this team. I think we're going to see a lot more from Odegaard over the rest of the season. I think, like I say, he's imposed himself a lot more. We've seen him kind of growing confidence a lot more. He's starting to really affect games more directly. He's being more positive going forwards. He's not being so passive. You know, he's really kind of imposing himself on games, which is great to see.
Moving forward, Matt, we're going to need. Is it too much and too early to say? You know, Erdegaard could be our Kevin De Bruyne in a few years.
He's got the quality. I mean, he's. Do you know? Yeah, but you know what? His age. I mean, you look at how good he is. I mean, you could say that for a number of players in our team at the moment. But you know, you look at how calm he is on the ball, the vision he has. You know, his touch. He's going to be a fantastic player for us. You know, and I think the fact that we've managed to bag him for that amount of money from Real Madrid, I think is an absolute steal, and I think they're going to regret that.
They owed us the money. They gave us the innings to buy us twice. They owed it to us.
But he's going to be a really instrumental player for us. I think he's going to kind of not surprise people, because I think a lot of people do kind of see that talent in him. But I think he has had his doubters. But I think he's going to very much prove people wrong, and I think he's going to cement himself as one of the key players in this team going forwards.
Yeah, Gary. I noticed you smiling, laughing a little bit with the Kevin De Bruyne.
I know. I mean, no. Let's not even talk. We are fine where we are. We don't need to compare ourselves to some of the better players in the world, much less.
How about Erdegaard for 30 million, Gary? How about that? That's
no. We did it. We did good, and you know what? You're taking a risk because you don't know where it's going to go. And so far, so good, right? We've been really good with all of our dealings this window. So I'm going to, you know, not necessarily cross my fingers, but you know, let's just keep doing what we're doing. We'll be fine. You know, like you said, Erdegaard started the season off not so well. He's gotten a lot better now, right? So, and we're going to say it all the time, right? We're young, so you're going to have good and bad days. So we should enjoy this one. We know it's there. I always say, you know, it's good to see it. We've seen it now. We're going to have to see it all the time. That's all. You know, these are the expectations put on the players once they start showing us they can do it. So, yeah, he looks really good in there. And, you know, I think, you know, everybody's going to say Erdegaard, but I think key to this whole thing has got to be Partey, right? So no matter what you talk about, when you talk about the team, like we have to control the middle, and we're not doing that because of Erdegaard. We're doing that because of Partey, right? So that's what we paid him for. He's not, and I don't even think we're getting the best out of him yet. I think he's still got ways to go to show us what we thought we bought when we brought him in,
He's
right?
definitely,
So I
he's
think,
definitely improving before our eyes. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it kind of we're getting it all over. Once we, you start fixing certain things, everybody else looks better, right? So, Partey, Erdegaard, they all look really, better than they were at the beginning of this season. So I'm going to take that and be happy with it. So yeah. That's why I kind of spark. I don't want to. I don't. We're comparing. We're putting players and numbers on their backs and then trying to compare them and going, nah, you're not there yet. You don't even deserve that number. And that's probably true. But you know what? Let's just let them continue to grow, and they've been doing really well with it. So I'm happy to see that. So we got to take those positives, right? So I guess that's my take on that. So.
Mr. Tom said he watched the second half. We were highly comfortable until the needless second goal we conceded. Though we were in no position to talk about defending. Maybe a week or two we can talk about defending, Mr. Tom, and when when Leeds get a clean sheet. I think it's coming for Leeds as well. Eddie hit the post like a champ, and he took the tactical yellow card like a god. Yeah, I feel he was a little bit unfair with that yellow card as well. But yeah, the first goal then 1-0 up after 5 minutes, and typical Arsenal, we seem to look a little bit. We sort of sit back on our leads. We sort of tell ourselves we've done really well to go a goal up, and whenever a goal is scored against you, you always feel like there's things you could do, Matt, to mitigate against those goals. You know what I mean? The defending although they scored a good goal, there's definite things we could have done better in our defense, in our defending.
Yeah, I mean, the finish was fantastic. I think no one can deny him of that. I mean, to score like that, fantastic. Ramsdale's not a lot that you can do about it. But like you say, you look at that goal and actually you look at Cedric and Ben White. Cedric, he's kind of sticking with him, loses his man, has a lapse in concentration, lets him go. He makes the run. Ben White's ball watching as well and not really concentrating. And then suddenly, Hernandez finds himself in loads of space and he's able to get that shot off. So whilst it was a great finish and he had a lot to do, two players there really, weren't really doing their jobs and were ball watching, really. So he shouldn't have had the space to make that kind of shot. But, Ramsdale definitely not to blame there in terms of making a save. He had no chance with that, I don't think. Yeah. It was more down to Cedric losing his man and then Ben White not really keeping an eye on the run to kind of mop up after Cedric not really sticking with him. So, yeah, a little bit sloppy again. Not great. Not a finest moment. I thought Gabriel had moments today where he was very, very good, but also kind of had a couple of lapses as well. I think that the defence generally had their moments, both good and bad. But yeah, that first goal, I think we could have made it a lot harder for him at least to get that shot off.
Really said, Eddie hit the post. Can't believe that he got that close, to be honest. Eddie's becoming pretty good at hitting posts and hitting uprights and stuff like that. He needs to go a little bit.
He's used to them little nets they make it in training. That's why he hits the post.
Yeah.
He's used to smaller targets.
The commentator also said that, when it's a bicycle kick like that, it's very hard for the goalkeeper to even guess. Yeah. Or by the body shape, there's no way of knowing where the ball is going to go, pretty much.
And he's a striker, right? Hernandez is a striker, right?
Yeah.
Why, like you said, why is he allowed to just roam through the box?
True.
I mean, as a defender, like
the
worst person to let roam around the box is the striker. Everybody should know where he is, and it's just I'd like to say we kind of fell asleep at the wheel a little bit there, but we knew where the danger was. We just didn't make sure it didn't. I mean, there's no way he should be able to take a shot like that, right? Look at all that space he had. I mean, you might as well have just put cones down, and that would have been the same thing. I mean, I can't, these are the things where I'm like, Arteta should be screaming at his guys, all right? Because that's not what he's doing in practice. It's not what he expects, right?
I think it is though.
Hey,
that is not what he expects to give a striker all that space so he can actually turn upside down and put a shot in. I don't believe that's what he's expecting. No.
We got
Yeah,
20
some
people
of our
in the
center
chat.
backs and our
like
goalkeepers had the worst games they've
No,
had.
no, that is
Since,
not the way
since
he's
Zaka's been
practicing.
further up the pitch, the defense has looked suspect.
That had nothing to do with Saka or Xhaka. The way they scored today had nothing to do. That first goal had nothing to do with anybody else except for
Disagree.
the center back and the right back. That's where the issue is.
3 games running, Ramsdale's look suspect because of
Ramsdale?
yeah.
Are you blaming the
he hasn't looked good.
goalkeeper?
He hasn't looked good. He didn't have a good game.
It is. Okay,
He hasn't had good games. The last 3 games, he hasn't had a good game.
He's not the reason why they scored 2 goals today.
No, I'm blaming him for the positioning of the players. Where Zaka's at? He's not dropping back open anymore.
What are you talking?
Tony, Cedric lost his man. That is Cedric's fault. Ben White was ball watching. That's Ben White's fault.
He pointed to him. You can see it on the replay. He's like, "There's Hernandez," and then the ball comes in. He backs up, gives him even more space. That's not on Ramsdale. If you look, there's nobody else on that side of the pitch. There's nobody else to guard.
Yeah. He's not there to handhold either. Yes, he's there to organise to a degree. But if you're Cedric and Ben White and you can't watch your man and stick with him and watch the runs, then what you're doing as a defender is the basics.
Space won't score goals. Players will score goals. You can't mark space. You have to mark the player. Close to 20 people in here. Hit the like button. It would really, really help the channel as well. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? This is free content.
And if we hit 30, Ray will sing.
Where else can you get Gary and Tony fighting like this? And I sit back with my arms folded, staying out of this one today.
You're like this underneath. You're like one of the monkeys clapping.
Tony, did you actually watch? Did you watch the game?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. Did anybody else see what Tony saw? Because I want to know. Ramsdale
I'm saying the last 3 games. I'm just including them all.
We're talking about that first shot. All right.
So, Tony, you're basing this off of conceding goals, right?
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily the goalkeeper that's at fault for conceding goals, right?
Well, I'm basing it off since Zaka's been playing up the pitch. Because Ramsdale, Gabriel's had some of their worst matches.
It's all come back to Granite. Everything comes back full circle.
We don't want Granite. You saw what happened when we put Granit Xhaka back on defense. You saw what happened in the second goal when we get to that. So, nah.
To be fair to Ramsdale, I thought he actually had a pretty decent game. He made a good few saves today. The one thing that I thought he didn't do well is I think he gave the ball away once when he tried to distribute the ball out quite quickly, and it went to one of their midfielders, probably about 25 yards
out of his goal, and he got caught one time as well.
So, yeah, but he didn't have a bad game.
The only other thing I have an issue with Ramsdale is he's going to pick up yellow cards for time wasting, and he's going to get a reputation for time wasting as well. Because the other referees are going to see that. Gary?
It's stupid. Why?
Who's stupid?
We're stupid for doing it, and 2, letting it happen. At some point, Ted's going to say, stop it.
Especially with like 30 minutes left. It's dumb.
Stop it.
You're going to start picking up yellow cards, and you're going to accumulate yellow cards, and you're going to be out for a game if you keep doing that. Ramsdale did have 2 bad passes to them. So 1-1. Listen, we can all blame. I blamed sort of White and Partey for that goal, but we can all blame
the first goal.
Yeah, the first goal. But
not Cedric at all.
Not Cedric at all. No. Cedric was the last man.
Cedric is the guy who pointed to him. He actually pointed to Hernandez. He knew he was there. There was nobody else to his right. There was nobody.
Was he handing the man off? You know,
if he did, and the guy doesn't go get him, does he just say, "You know what? I won't guard." Nobody guards him.
Gary, what we're seeing is if we defend, we can do quite well. But if we start passing off responsibilities to other players, we're getting caught in the half spaces.
You just asked him to do that, and now you're saying it's a negative. Which one is it, Ray? One minute you say he should hand it off. Next minute you're saying that's you get punished
No,
doing
I'm not
that. Which
saying he
one is
should
it?
hand it off. I'm saying he was handing off responsibility to maybe Ben White, whoever was central.
Gary, you know what Ray's doing? He's poking the bear. He's
He's just
doing
going
both
both
sides
ways.
of the
It's like
fence.
playing both things. I don't
I will-
understand what
I
you're
will get it.
saying.
I will get accused of that, but that's not what I'm doing. 10 more likes and I maybe will sing. Yeah, maybe we'll all sing.
Why are we singing? What are we singing
We have
about?
to hit 30.
When we get 30 likes, Ray sings.
Oh, Ray
It's a
sing.
rule.
Ray hasn't even sung the last time.
That's why we've never gotten 30.
No, you're supposed to sing. No. There's no like we have to do anything. No, you haven't sung since you were supposed to. That was a responsibility you did not. You're holding back
Davy
from your
Crockett.
fans. Your fans expect you to sing, and you haven't.
He
sung
did do
yet.
Davy Crockett.
I did sing Davy Crockett. And
I thought he has to do something else after that.
I thought it was a Menudo hit.
Oh, Manu.
The whole back catalogue you have to go through.
A
All right, let's get back to-
Menudo hit. I would love that. Yeah, you got to dress up too, and I need the hair.
Gary Newman, Arsenal. That's Gary Newman, right?
That is not a Gary. That is actually the anti-Gary Newman.
Is that D Newman?
That's
Newman?
anti. Listen to what I'm saying. That is the anti-Gary Newman. All right.
Ready? I have 5 questions for Kahoot, if that's acceptable for everyone. It's going to be a sprint, like Arsenal. It's going to be a sprint to the line with 5 questions. So we'll have a quick Kahoot. Guys, I'm considering putting my undefeated streak on the line in Kahoot.
Do
3
it.
in a row.
Do it. Do it.
Tony, 10 dislikes and I will cry, definitely. So Mahir, anything on that Watford goal defending? It's very simple. The overlap's there. It's not tracked. Kieran Tierney even tracks infield as well. There's lots of things that went wrong in that goal. Next one is Cedric's cross. The ball is recycled by Xhaka. This is the first of the 2 Partey shots, Tony. Cedric crosses. Xhaka recovers the ball. Partey, I think, is the closer of the 2. He collects it on his left foot and takes the shot.
Partey's like Xhaka. He used to never be shooting the ball.
I think he knows it when he shoots and it's wide. He's like, yeah, I should have just passed it, Wenger style there. Second one was the 26-minute Partey shot wide as well. Even worse, Tony. So,
Yep. Like I said, he shouldn't be shooting it ever.
Anyone else want to chime in on the Partey shots?
Yeah, no shooting.
Or just
Just
move
stop
on?
it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't shoot anymore. Unless you're 5 yards out, please do not shoot. Pass it to someone else.
I don't even think you can make it 5 yards out. Once it's a header.
Yeah, ready. Ben Foster and Ramsdale are good friends. They were on that podcast together.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that
yeah.
toward the end. It's a who am I quiz already. So very,
Ooh, I
very,
like that. That sounded good.
very, very cobbled together today. Does anyone else see Vlahovic in Ray? And me? Oh wow, he definitely could double for him. Yeah, maybe a Vlahovic, right? That would be me and my hair playing up front this season if we'd
You look like old.
What did they say?
Old man Rosicki to me.
Did they
Somebody
say
please me looking like a Vlahovic, Steve Denham. Maher, you wanted to say something.
I want to know what substances Steve has been taking today to say that.
I was kind of feeling the same way. I was like, something's wrong there.
He's got misty glasses.
He's
Oh,
got
that's what it is. All right. Sorry,
Look
Ray.
at that. Look at that.
Ray, you're no Doosan. I'm sorry.
Hey!
He's got part of it, right?
But Gary, you're
Two
an
of us,
Arsenal
three.
legend, Gary. You are an
Yeah.
Arsenal legend, righty.
There you go.
I've
Maher,
seen
did
that
you have
photo,
something to
Gary.
say?
It's great.
We
Oh,
got
you know
two
what?
number nines.
I can switch to that. You know what? Let's switch to that so everybody gets
Do
it.
it.
Gets a little look here. Let's see
A
where
picture?
is it?
Photo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
the
That's
righty
John,
photo.
the John
I think
Smith.
it's this one.
Was
No,
that
that's
John?
the jersey. Where is
John
it?
Smith didn't he do it, Gary? John Smith. So shout out
Yes,
to
he
John.
did. He did.
Let him shoot. We need threats from players.
there we go.
There he goes.
All right.
That's me hanging out at the post.
It's like
Back
you
in my
got an
old
angel.
days.
It's like you have a devil and an angel on your shoulders. Riley's the angel and Schmeichel is the devil.
The old days, man. The old
Riley
days.
keeps saying the good things to Gary. Don't listen to Schmeichel, Gary. Don't listen to Schmeichel.
Cool.
The strike force we have on display tonight, guys. Yep. I don't know who Matt and Tony are, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Matt, the second goal, thing of beauty. We did a fast transition. Saka wins the ball back.
Yeah, he did well there actually, because it wasn't even. He almost had to kind of tackle from behind and go through him. So to win the ball back without actually making a foul was impressive enough as it was. But the finish, firecracker finish, nicely placed. Just loved that. Absolutely loved it. I didn't think I was going to see better until Martinelli later on, obviously, but that goal was lovely. It's nice. Do you know what, Saka? We've all been saying about Saka and not getting his shooting boots on, and it's the one thing he's lacking. But he's starting to pick up goals again. I think he's starting to show a bit more energy again. He looked really flat for a while, didn't he? He had a run of games where he was looking a bit lackluster, looked quite tired, looked like he couldn't have that little bit of burst of energy to get past the player or to kind of cut inside and go for it. He was lacking that, and now he's starting to pick that up again. You know, he's looking. You can see when he's got the ball, he's kind of looking, can I cut in? Can I zip past a couple of players? You know, he's got that sudden burst of energy to go past. He's looking for other players. He's a constant menace and a threat. I'd hate to play against him. You really would, wouldn't you? But yeah, what a finish. Cracking finish.
He's played way too many minutes this season. He's finally kind of finding his form again, so it's nice to see.
Yeah, but I mean, the last few games as well, you know, actually, I mean, we were heavily... I think most of our threat came down from that side today. And I think the last game as well, it was kind of down that side. So, you know, he's a big part of our attacking threat. You know, we don't really seem to see a lot unless Emil Smith-Rowe's on. You know, Martinelli has the odd moment down that side, but it generally tends to go through Saka. So he's really important for us. But that finish was fantastic.
Mr. Tom trying to wriggle out of it and keep his belt, his undefeated.
There is a minimum, minimum number of questions for it to count as a Kahoot win. It's like in boxing, right? It's just not the right belt, so it doesn't really count.
He's not a sprinter. He's a marathon runner, or you know. But yeah, listen, Gary. I think that's 9 goals now for Saka so far.
Yep.
We have 9, I think, from Emil Smith-Rowe. Now Saka's joined him.
I think you have 10 from. You have 10, no? Or we're talking about the Premier League. In the Premier League, or
in Premier League, it's 9.
Okay.
Yeah. But the play from Lacazette, the intelligence to skew that ball back right into Saka's path, and essentially
back heel.
Yeah, lovely back heel.
Both his assists were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Lacazette was really good today with the handling, handing out those balls. Really nice one. Like I said, really nice one to Saka. Yeah. I mean, and that's what he's going to bring when he's up the field, right? He's going to bring that to us, right, when he's up there. So that's
his physicality. He's able to push up against defenders, protect the ball, and be able to lay it off to the player coming in, which would be either Odegaard, Saka, or Martinelli. In this case, it was Saka. You know, great win, and the Manx lost. Mahir, going to try and do it in a soft, dulcet tone. United losing was a good thing as well, though, right? Combined with an Arsenal win.
Oh, of course. We need to just keep taking advantage of all.
I thought you'd say very nice in your accent. You know, they say very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. But like seriously, guys, it was very nice that lot there with their big mouths and their big heads and their big ears and big everything, big egos, that they can't say absolutely nothing. They were saying last year, 21 incoming. 21 in 2025 incoming. How about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I love it. Steve Dennon said, when Arsenal played quick one-touch football, no one can touch us. At Watford for the first goal, we had them dizzy. They were spinning, Tony. And
Yeah, hopefully we keep playing the style of football when we play the big clubs. We've seen it against City when Arteta wasn't there as our most attacking. To me, it's still the best football we played, even though we ended up losing in the end. It kind of started from there, playing that type of football.
Our way
I think we're going. Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just going to say, I think we go into these games with a lot more confidence now. I think we were unlucky against City earlier on this season. I think we put in some good performances. Even Liverpool, the first game, not so much the second cup game, but we've proven that we can stick in a good performance against the best. But like I say, if we play that kind of football, we're positive. We've clearly got the attacking prowess to go and get goals and to play nice attacking football. So why not? Absolutely. I think it just comes down to our confidence, coming up into the lead up to these games to say, do it, be positive, don't sit back, don't defend, go and attack them and play good football and play the kind of football that Arsenal Football Club are known for. And if we do that, I think we've got a good chance as anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say Lacazette has 9 assists, so he's gonna get if he gets double digits on assists.
I think he's got 3 goals and now he's got 7 assists.
He's got 9 assists, unless this thing isn't up today.
Maybe on the season.
No, it says in the Premier League right now. He had if Saka has 9, and it says 8 right now on the stats, so I think that means Lacazette has 7 going into the game. So
and that's important for a striker. If he's not scoring, to at least be involved in the goals and set them up. And the way he laid those balls back was perfect for Saka and later Martinelli to take those shots from, because you need a perfect ball set back for you. And Lacazette would know how to leave the ball for another striker to take that shot. Ray, take down Brownie's address. Well, you look at, there's a lot of W's in there in the last 10 games. The last 10 games we've had 8 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. And the loss Tony alluded to was Manchester City, which we can probably feel very hard done by for that game as well. We could have been in another 10-game unbeaten run here, but for that.
Well, you look at the result today with United. I think it's 4-1. It says a lot about that performance. So I think I feel positive about playing the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool will be probably our toughest test, I think. Chelsea, I don't see why we can't stick a result on them. Why not? Liverpool probably. City, I don't think have we still got City to play before the end of the season? No, we haven't. We played them twice.
We're done with City.
We're done with City. So we've got United, Liverpool, and Chelsea left, haven't we?
And Spurs.
So out of those, United should beat Chelsea. They don't. I mean, I think we can beat them. I've got every confidence that we could beat them. Liverpool are probably the one side I think that it's a bit of an ask, but by the way we're playing, I mean, we're playing good football, both home and away. We're starting to play some fluid attacking football. We've started to play with a bit more confidence, and actually, like I say, the last few games we've had against the top teams, we've actually done quite well. So I've got hope.
Mohammed, I would say we're going to drop a link toward the end of the podcast. Come in and see us backstage, have a little chat with us, and we'll see if we can get you on one of the next ones. You know what I mean? So definitely there's an opportunity to come on and be part of the panel. It was a great day. Arsenal women got a win, Gary, and the men, to top it all, got the title of Grandpa.
Yeah, what was
congratulations,
Arnie? Yeah. Congratulations,
Arnie! Congratulations! Yeah, so what was the women's score? I didn't even check.
2-0 at halftime at least.
Okay,
but they got the win. That's
nice,
the important thing.
Very nice, very nice. Cool.
First ever 45 I bought was our friends Electric. Okay, not familiar myself, but Matt, 25 points from 30. That is top 4 form.
It's not bad, is it? I mean, if we look, I was just looking at the table actually, and looking at our form. I think only Liverpool. I think it's only really Liverpool that better us in terms of our last 5 games.
Yeah, now that we broke Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves have dropped out of the stratosphere due to Arsenal. Imagine some people were afraid of Wolves. Imagine that.
They looked threatening for a while.
Not going to name
They're
names,
a good side.
But
Very good side.
They played us twice in a 4-game stretch, and that basically was all she wrote. But that's just, we'll see how they do after the next match. But yeah, they weren't playing good football, right? It wasn't like they weren't, right? So,
and now they lost to Crystal Palace. A word for Patrick Vieira. He's doing a great job there, taking a young team forward. And hopefully, if there was going to be a managerial change in the next couple of years, Patrick Vieira would have a very strong resume.
100%. He's got strong links to the club. He holds a huge amount of respect. He has that air of that special air about him, doesn't he? You're going to look at him as a manager, and you're going to respect him, aren't you? I mean, who wouldn't? And like I say, if you can then back that up with performances, as a manager on the pitch, with the likes of Crystal Palace, and you can turn them around and get them firing and doing what they're doing, then fair play to you. Yeah, why not? I'm quite happy at the moment with what we're doing.
We're actually 7th in the form table, but that's because 2 of our games were not played.
7th, really?
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at our last 5.
Yeah,
I don't know how we could be 7th if we got 25 points from 30.
Because 2 games are missing. Chelsea's missing.
What is it? What difference does it make?
Yeah, but the last 5 games.
Looking at the tape.
Take the equal amount of games going back for every team, and then you're being equal, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm looking what Transfer Market says, and they include the games.
That must be the gospel then. That must be the truth.
Yeah.
I'm saying that games. We played 2 less games. That's what I'm saying. I'm adding a caveat to it.
Yeah.
That's
but if you look at the last 5 games we've actually played, just the last 5 results of games actually played.
That's like saying there's 35 games in the season. Jesus.
It doesn't show it on there. Hey, you said that, asshole.
All right.
See what you did. See what you did, Ray.
All right, Gary. I'm going to hit you up with my Martinelli revelation. I think he suffers on the left because of his connectors being poor on the left. Ødegaard, Saka's always going to flourish, but he's got Ødegaard there on the right. Martinelli suffers because he's got Granit Xhaka there, and with all due respect, he's got Kieran Tierney, who is a basic left winger, come defender. So Martinelli struggles from those positions from the left.
Yeah, he's out alone, right? And I guess that's why we think we need to improve on at least Xhaka. I mean, is that going to help Tierney? I mean, Tierney's up there, and I think Tierney's actually providing some kind of distraction for the defense. I don't think Martinelli knows what to do with it though. And he does, you see Tierney up there, and then Martinelli's just kind of sitting there looking at him, not making any cuts or anything like that, and it's kind of just kills it. He loves to have his foot on the ball and go, but yeah. Today he didn't look like he was threatening their defense much like he did in the past when he was winning like Player of the Month awards, right? Like today, none of that happened. I didn't see it as much. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he didn't look like he was punishing them for trying to defend.
A lot of our play was coming down the right hand side.
But I mean, on the left side, he didn't. He didn't put any pressure on them. Like I was expecting him to, coming back, and then did you guys didn't even talk about it, but is Emil Smith-Rowe, is he injured? Sick?
Yeah,
still?
COVID, yeah.
So he went from having a non-COVID illness to now having a COVID illness.
Yep.
The thing is with Martinelli is that he does get isolated out there, but he's not with say, for example, Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, they're a bit more tricky, a bit more wily. They're more likely to cut in. I think with Martinelli, when he gets the ball, he always tends to try and look to go and skin his man on the outside and get to the byline rather than maybe cut inside. And sometimes he ends up getting snuffed out a lot, and it ends up becoming a little bit less productive. I think if he maybe, try to cut in a little bit more, he'd probably have a little bit more success. I mean, it's just what I see. Maybe other people might completely disagree with that and think he cuts in a lot more than I think he does. But to me, he seems to always take the option to go on the outside of his man rather than cut in. Whereas Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe will always try to come inside, try and kind of find the space and use their tricks and skills to try and get some space, in and around the box to try and have a shot. Whereas Martinelli doesn't tend to do that.
You see, Ray Anderson says at times Martinelli gets into Kieran Tierney's space, and maybe they just don't coexist really well there. Also, Ray Anderson.
Well, Tierney's, I think he's probably scared to cut inside, because if he cuts inside, then now you've got that tandem working just a little bit opposite than what you want, all right? Because we always say when Cedric overlaps Saka, we like that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's the way you want it to work, but
it's the way it is.
If Martinelli is going to be able to go on the outside and be able to try to cut back in, he's just hoping, you would expect him to be looking for somebody to be there. And if Tierney's not there, then, it's not helping. Makes it easier to defend.
Does he suffer a little bit because it's not Emil Smith-Rowe in that left forward spot, and it is Granit Xhaka? With all due respect, Granit Xhaka is a decent midfielder, but he's missed a couple of passes to Martinelli, especially that Wolves game.
He's not decent, Ray. You're giving him too much credit.
He's a decent midfielder. He's
bang average.
We're not gonna go there again. We're talking about Martinelli. He's trying to poke me. He's trying to provoke me. You saw that.
Look at my ear sticking his head through the door. He's telling you no, he's not a decent
just said what you said, and now you want us to just go, okay, Ray.
That needs to be made into a GIF. Someone who's just needs to make it into a GIF. Someone clip that and make it a GIF.
I love that head. Yeah, someone.
Oh man,
spoken in.
They would think it's Mark is that sticking his head through.
You can't give all those props to Xhaka and then not expect a response.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't Martinelli suffer because Xhaka is helping him? Or not helping him?
You
said
he was good. Now you say you hurt him.
Which one is it, Ray? Come on, dude.
I feel like Saka is always going to shine, but Ødegaard is there to really accentuate all of that.
Now you just changed the subject.
I think fucking Ray's bipolar. We figured it out. We figured out what's wrong with Ray.
I think Saka just makes more for himself. I think Emil Smith-Rowe does as well. I think. I don't think Martinelli helps himself because he doesn't drift inside as much. He tends to kind of stick himself out wide. So if you're staying out wide, you're not necessarily going to get fed balls from Ødegaard, where Saka might drift in a little bit, bring himself closer to Ødegaard and be available for the ball. If you're stuck out on the wing and you're just kind of out wide, you're not going to be available for anyone to kind of play you in, are you?
Hey, Ray. Ray. Where did Smith-Rowe play last week? He played left winger with the same players. Guess what?
He drifts in. He drifts in. He moves.
I know, but Ray was blaming his players that played with him. He wasn't blaming Martinelli. He's blaming the players that played with him.
We know Martinelli has quality. If he's not being helped on the left, are we getting the most out of him?
Yeah, but Smith-Rowe can do it over there, so he doesn't need...
I feel like I got to keep jumping back and forth because now Ray's making sense. What is going on? It's just a weird
He's bipolar. He's bipolar.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm just...
But, like I said, I think, Martinelli has a strength, and if we're not utilizing it, then it looks like a waste, all right? And we did it today, all right? There's certain things that he can do different than most other players that we have. We don't utilize it, so it's a waste. Pepe, same thing. There's a skill set that he brings to the table. If we don't utilize it, we don't tap it, then we waste it. And we did that today. Like Martinelli didn't work. It didn't work today. But we've seen him go against better teams, top teams in the league, and he puts pressure on their defense, right? I think he did that against City, right? He put a lot of pressure on them. Liverpool. I can't remember which one. right?
Tenacious, yeah.
And like against teams like today, that's why we need to rotate our players, because there's certain times he doesn't need to play today if he's not going to get the best out of it, because the other team is going to play a certain way, right? Pepe plays today, maybe things look different. I don't know, but we need to be able to rotate so we can get the best out of our players when it suits us, right? Instead of trying to keep forcing it to work. You can't compare Milsworth Rowe to Martinelli. Just stop. Let's not do that. They're totally different players. They bring totally different skill sets to the pitch, right?
Exactly.
Everybody looks at Martinelli and says, you know what? They will maybe spend more money on Martinelli than a Milsworth Rowe. Why? You know, if that's the reason, if there's a reason why, then we need to be exploiting that and using that to our fullest. And we're not doing that today. He didn't look as good as he could, but we still should have scored 5 goals, so it doesn't really matter.
Bagged
right?
a beauty, by the way. But
yes, he did.
We're going to talk about that goal now pretty soon. Xhaka is a decent player, says Ray Anderson. Saka and Odegaard are good players, hoping to be great. Somewhere between good and great right now, Saka and Odegaard together. And, you know, that third goal, who wants to go in first on that third goal? Mikel Arteta being the ball boy. We don't generally like to see that, but it was okay today, Gary. I'll go to you.
Gary, are you having a tinkle?
No, it's just pouring myself some water.
Also, you don't need a loo break, do you?
No.
You haven't got to that age where you can't hold it in anymore, Gary.
No, I'm not. That would mean I'm sitting on the pot. No, I don't.
Let's see the Gatorade bottle that he was pissing into.
No. Sorry, I didn't think it was that loud, but I guess so. No, we definitely had a good ball. When they said ball boy, I didn't actually catch who it was, because I was like, I can't. We're away. Why would a ball boy help us out?
Mikel Arteta was there, like Spurs away from home last season. Yeah. Instead of pushing Partey out onto the field this time, he's giving the ball to Saka, who can take a quick throw in. Hey, Luca.
Yeah, and it looks good when he's doing that, because that means he understands the situation at hand. Look, we have an opportunity here. Let's take it. And those are the types I always look at that and go, you know what? So he's okay for us to go ahead and push ahead when we have an advantage, right? We had an advantage. Their defense wasn't set. We're going to catch them out, and we did, right? They were just chasing us around the pitch at that point. Bang, bang, was it Odegaard to Lacazette? And he lays it off for Martinelli and takes a nice shot. All the goalkeeper can do is look at it. He's going the wrong. Is the goalkeeper going the wrong way? Right? He's going the wrong way, and so he's going back to the middle of the pit, middle of the goal, and the ball's flying on the outside. It's perfect, right? So yeah,
another really Odegaard quality flick. Do you know what, Riddy? It won't happen very often. I'll take it. It's a one-time thing. That doesn't. I'm not normally the same one.
I mean, what? Riddy, I thought I had some friends out there in the chat world.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Riddy.
What is going on here?
You know what, Matt? Amongst all of us, it doesn't take a lot to feel normal. So
I don't even understand. Now these guys are saying I'm crazy.
Touche.
Matt, you know what?
Now it's time to see what Matt had for dinner.
Matt, show me up.
Matt, what was for dinner?
What's for
dinner,
Matt?
Steak, baby. It was beautiful. Just to cap off a nice 3 points.
So it is steak tonight for Matt. He's eating good tonight.
No wonder he's saying he's got a big old juicy steak.
Is it for later, or do you eat already?
What's that?
He's ate it already.
Later, Matt?
I've had it already.
Okay.
I've had it already. Yes, it's digesting.
A wonderful flick again from Odegaard. Odegaard makes that flick. He makes that goal too, because he flicks the ball on to Lacazette really quickly. Lacazette again lays the ball off perfectly for Martinelli, and it is a sweet shot into the top left-hand corner. That's to you, Matt.
To me. I don't mind. I mean, yeah, it was a perfect finish. Perfect finish. I mean, like I say, he didn't have a lot going on that game, so it was a bit of a surprise to see him get on the score sheet today, but it was a fantastic goal. I mean, again, Odegaard doing his thing, flicking balls all over the place. Oh, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? Flicking balls all over the place. But yeah,
At least
nice
he's
little
not
flick
licking
from him.
balls over.
yeah, flicking
Flicking,
balls
not
all over the
licking.
place. But then obviously
Still doesn't sound right.
Lacazette laying it up again, and Martinelli it was almost again Henry-esque. It was just, hit with enough power but just precision. It was just beautiful to watch. He's such a good finisher and he's such a good striker of a ball. And I think we are really. I think we will eventually see him move into the middle. I think he is kind of being gently trained to move that way. I think we will see him go that way eventually, because to have someone who can hit a ball like that, who can finish so clinically, has the amount of pace he has. I mean, it would be an utter waste of Martinelli to not have him, as an option up front. So
Only thing he has to develop is the ability to pass to players when he's in the middle, because he just doesn't do it. He just heads straight towards the goal.
Yeah, but then when you're playing a centre
foot,
but then when you're playing up front, you don't have to worry about that, because it's just you're getting fed the ball and it's your job to go and stick it in the back of the net and go on a nice Maisley run and score. I think he's going to be frustrated out on that left because we're not making the most of him. But to come in and score like that, great. It wasn't an easy finish.
Possibly one of the items on the list for the summer may be a midfielder, a left-sided midfielder who can get the most out of Martinelli.
Well, Pepe plays best on the left. We've seen some of Pepe's best performances on the left-hand side.
I said earlier, we got players with skill sets and we're not using them. So then you get punished, because then you're like, if we had somebody, wait a second, we have somebody, but we won't play them for other reasons, right?
Yes, we've got him.
Gary, Martinelli essentially scores that goal centrally. So that may have been his best way he was going to get involved in the action today and get a goal on the score sheet. First goal in I think 10 games for him. So if we're going to be pushing up into the top four, we need players, not just Emile Smith-Rowe or Saka or Ødegaard even, but we need more goals from Martinelli.
Well, I mean, Saka scores from coming inside as well, right into the middle. So that's how he got his goal, right? He makes the play on the ball basically right in the middle of the pitch, and then is able to come back and like that. So they both scored basically from it right in front of the goal, as opposed to off to the side. So we got that. So I think we can interchange really nicely, and we did that. For those two goals.
I look at Liverpool and want us to develop our forward line like Liverpool. They can plug and play with their forwards. And who knows, maybe Mane is going to move on. But right now, they've got Diaz, they got Salah, they got Jota. Jota looks like he's getting a little bit annoyed with sitting on the bench in that game yesterday.
And you saw Diaz. He threatened. He just never finished, right?
Yeah,
that's almost like Martinelli to some degree. He can threaten you, but right now he hasn't been able to put a goal in. He did get it today, but in the past, you see that you're like Diaz at any point can break up your defense, right? I mean, he looked really scary, but never got the goal.
Tony, I'll go to you first. You confident top four? We'll go around the house a little bit. Confident top four. You don't have to commit all the way here.
I already did it Thursday. I already said we would.
All right.
What do you want from me?
So we can't ask you the same question again?
Nope.
All right. Well, then I can't really. What am I going to say to you then? Because I've already asked you everything else. We'll be sitting there like silent for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, every question you ask Tony, you have to mentally remember that and take it off the table. So you got to come with.
Tony doesn't change his mind. He's a stubborn mule. I'm a government mule.
Are you confident now, top four? Look, knowing where we are, and there's a long way to go yet. Are you confident in top four?
Do you know what? I think at the beginning of this season, and even a few games back, I was it's going to have to, very much like Gary, actually, to do it. Everything's going to be perfect. You're not going to have any injuries, any kind of slip ups. But looking at how we're playing, looking at how we're picking up points away from home, we have the games in hand. And I know, we've still got to get those points. But you know what? we are 3 games in hand with a point ahead of United. So, yes, we've got some difficult games coming up. We've got Spurs, we've got Chelsea, Liverpool. It gives us some leeway. It gives us.
Well, do you know what? All we have to do is win half of them.
Yeah,
13.
Yeah, it gives us some leeway to maybe drop some points against, the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea. If that happens, we're not panicking. I'm fairly confident that we can do it. I think the confidence is there in the squad. I think the football we're playing at the moment gives me confidence that we can do that. I think it's ours to lose. I think that 4th space is ours to chuck away. So yeah, I would say at this point, I'm pretty confident that we can do that.
Yeah, likewise, I'm going to put my neck on the block and say I'm pretty confident as well. Look around the Man United. Okay, they lost to City.
Injuries and COVID's the only thing that can derail it to me.
And 3-1 up in this game after 60 minutes. Sure, I wanted more goals, but more importantly, I wanted no injuries, Gary, and that's going to be important till the end of the season. No injuries and not too many yellow or red cards.
Yeah. Like Matt said, I've been saying it since when we started looking at this 14-15 game stretch, and we don't have the depth. That's gonna, and we're okay when Emil Smith-Rowe is out, and we're okay so far when Tomiyasu is out. But if Cedric has an issue, or if I guess we still are okay, even if Gabriel has an issue because we've got Pepe. Right? So he's gonna play if Gabriel has an issue. So
Mr. Tom's questioning your table there because you had him in 4th and 6th.
Hey, we want to get all the points, so there you go.
Yeah, Arsenal 4th and 6th in your little list you had up there.
Yeah, okay. we
covering all bases.
Just in case.
We are both 6th and 4th today, so it's current. Okay, Mr. Tom, don't come at me.
Yeah,
you don't know how hard this stuff is, right, Gary?
Yeah, we've got. You know what? So, like you said, at some point the games in hand won't mean anything. We just win the games we're supposed to win, or be okay, right? Right now,
just can't keep track of points.
Right now, we need another 2 points so that it doesn't really matter what we do in the games in hand. All right,
Rain Man.
So it says, so West Ham and Arsenal are tied. So there you go. So
I will update that for all of you. I hope you're going to be participating in the Kahoot game, Mr. Tom, because that'll be the ultimate comeuppance for you. Watching today's match, Ray Anderson said, I wonder how the attacking players aren't confused about where they should be. I have to keep reminding myself that that's the training they get each week. And did anyone else get thrown off by the strip a little bit? The red shorts threw me off. I didn't quite.
Yeah, what was that all about?
It's in the rules. We've done it twice in the last 3 years.
Why are you screaming at us again?
Because I like the all red look. I might be the only one, but
different.
I like
For a second, I thought we were in yellow because I was like, "Why are we dressed like that?" We were in yellow today.
Nope.
No,
okay, that's what I mean. All so I for a second I was like, "Why?" We must be in yellow because that red doesn't look right. Something doesn't look right about it. So I was like, maybe we're in yellow today because I was looking at it on my little phone. So I was like, okay. Oh no, we are in red. Okay.
I just thought the kit man had forgotten the shorts and we had to go to the ladies' team and pick their red shorts or something. Just quick find something from the PE bin.
It's all about the rules. It's all about the stupid rules.
Apparently, a Leicester defender is allowed to handle the ball on the net, on the line as well, and also Rafinha is allowed to score with his left foot as well, Mr. Tom. But that's okay. Hopefully, you'll forgive me for that jibe. It gets tricky after the Leicester game. It does, yeah. As we filter through these weaker teams, we know Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Liverpool, Tottenham, even that team are there. Ray wants to be in the Champions League and the Europa League. Exactly. I'll take it all.
He wants to play on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday.
Like 35 players,
Red shorts and red socks. Rain Man, watch his numbers. Yep.
No, I mean, think about it. We go on around that Liverpool game, right? We have time to set up for Leicester, and then we have no games, at least no Arsenal games after the Aston Villa game. So those are games we can throw anything we want out, players out at Villa and try to get something out of that match. I mean, I don't know if we're talking about this, but if we were able to get 4 points out of that 3-game stretch, I think that would be really good. I think that would be really good. At least 4.
Yeah,
out of those,
and look, we would say 3 games, 4 points from 3 games is not good, but when you put that on together in the form table, and if Tony actually adds those 2 games back in that he's taken away from us,
it's not even
I
that.
didn't do it. Look at the damn.
Why are you still screaming at us
Look at the
again?
chat. Look at the chat. Look at the link.
You're still
Look at the
screaming
link.
at us, man.
I didn't do it.
you're
I don't
supposed
remember.
to. When you go to a form table, you look at Liverpool's last 6 games, you look at City's last 6 games. Everybody gets 6
It
games.
included all the games. It goes from match week to match week. We didn't play 2 fucking games. That's what they did, Ray.
Form is based on games played, though. You can't have form if you didn't play.
You know what? Not on transfer market. Transfer market is based on
Look at
games,
what I sent the link.
games on the schedule.
It's games on the schedule.
If you move them around, that's your fault.
This
It's
is
not my
Tony.
fucking fault.
No, but
You
if
love
you
Tony.
can get 4 points out of 3 games in a 6-day span, that's got to be good, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll take that any day.
I
So
still think Liverpool and Palace will be the toughest 2 out of those.
Yeah. There's tougher games ahead. Gary has said it already. This is the last easiest game we'll have.
There's John Wayne's back.
Yeah.
Radiant's
We have
John
a couple of weeks to get ready for the Crystal Palace game. So
Yeah. I didn't do it. Tony trying to be Bart Simpson this week. It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. You seen it?
You seen it? I didn't do it. You seen it? No penalty in the 55th minute. Lacazette bundled over. 58 minutes. Laka could have taken. Yeah, Laka could have taken the top.
And we can't claim that, you know what, because he's running about and doing the things he's supposed to do, that he's tired and he can't get a good shot off.
Mm-hmm.
He had all the time in the world to put that shot on target. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, dude.
It's becoming sort of a weight on his shoulders, I think, now. And you're doing everything else, Lacazette. You're even playing left back at times that you need to now. Maybe be selfish. Take a shot. And
He
maybe
took
on your
the shot. He was
right
just
foot.
poor.
Yeah. Take it on your right foot, not on your left foot.
Yeah.
Who knows what can happen? 71st minute, Arsenal are cut apart with a ball, but this is what Watford were doing most of the game. Balls between Gabriel and Tierney was dangerous for us. And Dennis misses. He doesn't get a connection. It could have been
misses.
Yeah, it could have been a goal.
Dennis the Menace, yeah.
71 minutes, they could have gone back to 3-2.
We were very fortunate that no one got on the end of that. Like I say, I had it done as Martinelli again, not watching his man, and obviously then Tierney was out of position. Good ball through, to be fair. It was a good ball in. Very, very unfortunate. Well, fortunate for us and very unfortunate for them that they didn't get anything on the end of that. That was, for me, probably one of their best chances of the game, really, to get a goal. It was one of those hold your breath moments, because I thought someone was going to get a foot on the end of that. But thankfully, no one did. But yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky again. It was one of those kind of lapses in concentration, people out of position, not watching players, giving them too much space. And that's what happens. Luckily, we got away with it today.
Yeah. Gary, 73 minutes, Martinelli comes off. Pepe comes on. And now we're starting to add not much depth. We don't have a lot of depth on our team. So we're not going to be as effective with players coming off in that respect.
That's why Pepe needs to be part of this rotation, or else he's gonna come on. He's not gonna look the way you want. I mean, he needs to play. He needs to come in, get some decent time, and that's not because we have a 6-game stretch, and we're gonna have to depend on Pepe to give us more than 20 minutes. I mean, right? He's gonna have to start a match. I believe he should have to start a match in that 3-game stretch. Right?
Don't tell that to Uncle Artie.
But he needs to. I mean, you know what you're going to get from him if you do it. I mean,
let's not go there again. Gary.
no, but I mean, he needs to play, right? I mean, even if Emil Smith-Rowe comes back, he's not going to play the first game, right? He's got COVID. It took Gabriel a little while to come back from that. He's been already out 2 games now, so 2 weeks. So it's going to be another 2 weeks before he even is ready to play. And why would you play him? Just give him 6 weeks to get ready, and then you don't have to. That would be perfect. He comes back after Crystal Palace and he's ready to go because he's been sitting out for a month. But,
super fresh.
Yeah.
The other substitutions, Tony. Well, I'll go to Matt since you're. Are you still there, Tony?
I'm still here. Just let my dog close the door.
Usual Laka taken off after 79 minutes. Eddie Nketiah comes off. Eddie does hit the upright pretty quickly after that. And then the last substitution, we're holding on in the 90th minute. Holding comes on for Ødegaard coming off.
Yeah.
What do you think of the substitutions?
They're okay. To me, they're both a little late. I like to see them earlier. But Eddie's been looking sharp when he's been coming on. The other substitution should have happened about 65th minute. I think when Pepe comes on, it needs to be for 25, 30 minutes. Same with Martinelli when he's coming off the bench. Eddie can give you 10, 15. That's okay.
Matt, what did you think of the substitutions?
Do you know what? I thought they were okay. I thought Laka had been instrumental all game. So whether he came off late or early, I think it was just a case of the timing of that was just dependent on how Arteta felt he just needed to protect him and keep him fit for the next few games and kind of protect him a bit. I think Pepe coming on, I think maybe could have done that a little bit earlier. But when he came on, instantly made an impact, nearly put Lacazette through for a good opportunity. So again, he made an instant impact. Eddie, when he came on again, hit the post, looked sharp, looked to be wanting to go for goal and actually was getting a shot on target, which was nice to see. So yeah, I don't, there's not a lot to say about them, I suppose. I mean, yes, they could have been a little bit earlier, but they all came on and made some sort of an impact, which is what you want to see from a sub. So yeah, I'm fairly happy with them, to be honest. I don't really have anything too negative to say. Yeah, I thought they were okay.
Gary?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was watching it as we've been going along. So that, like, when those subs came in, besides the shots and stuff that that Nketiah took, it didn't even seem like Pepe was out there because I had to go back and look when he came in, and he came in like 73rd minute, I think it was. He came in and it didn't look like he kind of I mean, to me anyways, I didn't get a good look at it, but it didn't seem like he was as influential as he was in the last time. But that might be because you take out Lacazette, and then that just changes the dynamics of the squad. You take him out, what do you expect to happen? Except for us to just kind of hold on, right? We don't have an answer for Lacazette right now when he comes off. So you kind of you have to just bomb the ball up the pitch, I guess, and try to, that's when you need Martinelli. But he came out too, right? So I think if we weren't planning to trying to score anyways, right? So Pepe, not Lacazette, but Nketiah getting that shot and hitting the crossbar, not crossbar, but the post. That's good. That's actually a shot. Is that considered a shot on target or not? Because it didn't. It's a shot on target because it hit the post. Hit the post.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is.
So that's good because we haven't been getting that from him in the past. So maybe he will curl it in a little bit the next time. But yeah, he's looked really good. He's brought energy when he's come on, which is what you want to see. If he scores, all the better. But we should have had the game in the bag anyways, right? So 3-1 with less than 12 minutes to go, or less than 10 minutes to go. Yeah. Expected to get all 3 points. So.
And then we can see that goal, Gary.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at the replay, and I don't know who to blame because for me, I'm blaming Xhaka. I mean, he seems to. Well, I mean, even to on the defensively, he kind of just started just walking through the middle of the goal, and it's in the middle of the box, as opposed to like maybe if he makes a move towards, towards the goal line, maybe he's there to just stop it, but he just kind of stops, and there's nobody coming in through the middle, through the middle of from the top of the goal, so there's no threat there. If he keeps running, he's there for the ball to intercept him as it goes underneath, um, you know, Ramsdale's legs. So I kind of feel like he started it and he didn't. He could have finished it. You know, I don't know how White is supposed to defend that at that point. The way that they played, it looks like he should have made a play on it, but he can't really touch the player in the box, and the ball just happens to bounce perfectly for Sissoko to make that shot. I mean, he's able to get it out before Ramsdale can get down. So it shouldn't happen. I don't. Yeah, for me, it looked like it was a Xhaka thing, but that's why I don't want him playing defense, because I don't think he's good at it, and it doesn't really help us. It kind of
I got this. Xhaka gives the ball away, but I got to blame Ben White for that. He was a little bit too lackadaisical, too soft in blocking.
How's he supposed to defend a guy with the ball in the box?
Stand your ground. Don't try to run through the player. The ball goes past you because he's touched the ball, and now White's gone past the ball, and now Sissoko's through, and he gets the shot away. So stand your ground between the goalkeeper and the ball. For me,
yep.
I think Gary respectfully does.
I don't agree, but we'll see what everybody else says.
Stephen wants you
to say about it.
Stephen wants you to show a picture of Vlahovic to Jill.
You know what? You don't want to do that because you're gonna lose the misses. You gotta have.
I'm pretty secure in that case.
So you're not gonna show her. That makes sense.
I'm not gonna do it live. No.
Ray calls us
Thursday night, Steve. What she says.
I'm pretty secure. Yeah, you're not showing her that picture. That's okay. That makes more sense.
Ray's confident on his member. He calls him a Barney Stone. So
yeah, as your friend, I would say don't show her the picture. She's already looking at the Menudo pictures anyway. So now you're gonna go Doosan.
She likes this Doosan. She likes this Doosan. Not that Doosan.
Doosan or douchebag? Are you using words there?
And then Tony goes there, right?
Join the Kahoot quiz, please, everybody. We have a few people in already.
I am in.
Tony, who are you blaming for the goal?
Who am I blaming?
Yeah.
Both of them, White and Xhaka.
No, you gotta blame one. Pick one.
You can blame both. What is up with these?
Why do I have to pick
all
one?
These rules.
Harsh. Okay. Matt,
I'm sticking to my answer.
Do you know what? For once, I agree with Tony. Actually, I think both of them are at fault. I think Xhaka, genuinely, because Xhaka loses the ball. He doesn't.
No, I'm just laughing at Steven's comment. I'm just laughing at Steven's comment. That's all.
Yeah.
But Ben might miss the hash of it.
Yeah, but which half of the horse are you talking about?
The undercarriage there, Gary. The undercarriage.
He did not say.
The blame game is football. It is a team game, but for me, I thought Ben White wasn't great on the first goal, and he wasn't great on the second goal. I think he was probably our least effective player out there.
Wow.
Who was our worst player today, then, Gary?
I didn't see the whole thing, so I can't say. But
You didn't see the whole game.
I think Cedric was poor for the first goal over White, and I think Xhaka was more to blame for the second goal over White. So yes, he's there. Maybe I always blame Holding for being there at the scene of the crime.
Can we get to who the best fucking player was already?
Why do you jump? Why are you screaming at us?
Ray's had it on there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we can get there if Gary's okay with that. Man of the match. Do you want to tell us who it was, or do you want us to tell you?
We all know who it was. It's our number 10 that wears my number 8 shirt.
Is that true? Is that the only guy that gets some credit for the game?
He's
We
the one that
know he's going to be the man in the match, right, Gary?
I guess he.
you can put up as candidates, but he's win it. So, who's your candidates, Gary?
I think Saka had a really good game. I think he did have a really good game
Yeah.
today. Better than the past number of games that he's had. I mean, he contributed to the 2 goals, right? Erdegaard was the glue, keeping that the attacking going. He was part of the. He was the man.
You can give Lacazette a good shout because he assisted twice.
Yeah, so I mean, we looked really good, from those 3 players. So yeah, I mean, I think you could. I don't think it's a punishment to give it to Saka. So than it is to give it to Erdegaard. Because Saka, we've seen him at his worst, all right? And today we actually was pretty good. So, and we've been commenting on Erdegaard in the last number of games. He's been really good. So for Saka to show that, I still got it, and he showed it today. I guess
I'm giving
it to Saka because he had a really good game today.
Yeah, listen, he played really
tired
well.
Of us giving it to Odegaard.
No, it's just the same thing when we had Saka. Basically, could have gotten it multiple times in the past because he was just so good, right? Consistently good.
He's always our best player. Just too impactful a game.
He wasn't for a while, right? He hasn't been for a while. I mean, Milsrif Rowe has outshined him recently, right?
And I think that's his 5th goal. Erdegaard, we want to see him shooting more, Gary. We've seen him refusing shots against Brentford in recent games, and we want to see him.
Yeah, no, you look at that and you go, well, we want to see it again, right? If you can do that, then we know those other opportunities that you had, you should have taken it, right? So,
yeah, you need to be teaching the strikers how to shoot.
Yeah, the strikers and Partey and yeah.
Partey shouldn't be ever shooting. Neither should Jaka. Neither one should.
Dave's LFC chats. We'll probably have you on next week, Dave, to preview the Liverpool game. Hopefully you'll join us. Good win for you guys today. In a couple of years, we want to be talking about Arsenal and Liverpool toward a few more places. We want to jump a few more places up there, But in the meantime, we're going to play a Kahoot. Great segue.
Is there a spot for me? I don't want to take a spot.
There's a spot for you.
All right. Uh-oh.
I think we got 6 people in the house right now.
5,
so we'll give it one more minute for anyone else who wants to join.
875.
Do it, people. Jump in. Come on. Get involved. Download that app and get in.
Let's see who Stan shows up as. He needs to say Mr. Opal Fruits. So
I was going to say something opal fruit related.
Take it step by step, right? That's the only way to do it. I mean, can't really do it like United.
I would want to do it like United.
Take a backward step. Take a backward step. Okay, here we go. We're going to play. Yeah, I'm going to take off the banner. The banners, all the banners, because we did see before that was a problem.
Hopefully you got it on mute.
No, I'll put the music on.
Oh, fuck.
Mr. Tom deserves to come last.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You just got to answer 5 times. Come on.
Come on.
This one is a longer one. So here we go. Let's get in.
I thought you said 5 questions.
Yeah, this is another one. We might do the 5-question one as well. So there might be 2 quizzes.
What the hell kind of shenanigans are you pulling, man?
How many said it's 5 questions? So is this the who am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got 8 people in. We're going to go. There we go. Ready?
Let's do it.
Dong.
Great Arsenal Who Am I quiz. I was born in Basel and played for the home team coming to Arsenal via Germany. Oba, Xhaka, Elneny, Kolasinac. I was born in Basel and played for the home team.
I think I got this wrong. We'll see in a second.
Vince McMahon, that's got to be Stan. Right?
Gotta be. Or
Quick, get your
Mr.
answers.
Tom. Could be Mr.
Quick,
Tom.
3 seconds. 6 correct answers. Granit Xhaka, 1 incorrect for El Nani, and 1 incorrect for Kolasinac. Mr. Tom.
Yay. Mr.
Tom
T.
he's got to be an Arsenal supporter, Mr. Tom. First place
Mr. Tom's in fifth.
already. Didn't want Thomas Tuchel. Who didn't want Thomas Tuchel? Gary, Tony, Mahir, or Sam? You got to know a little bit about the channel. So that might be a Mr. Tom impediment here.
I don't know who didn't.
Oh, I think I've got this wrong actually.
I'm guessing. So if I get it right, yay! I have a feeling this is going to be a bad day for me.
A little bit of an equalizer. 2 correct for.
I never remember that at all.
What? I said that? I never said. That's a lie. I never said that. That's a lie. That's the correct answer.
Is Mr. Tom playing twice? There's a Mr. Tom and a Mr.
I'm
T.
Mr. T. Like Mr.
Wow.
T.
What? I never said that. You know, I need a recount. That is.
I don't like. I disagree with that. That one needs
They
to.
mainly say my name as an abbreviation.
That is
ESR,
really poor on you, Ray.
GX.
That is really poor. The defamation of character right there.
I don't think Gary said it.
Gary's a good sport.
How you lying?
Who's they?
Why did
Who's they?
They mainly say my name is abbreviation.
Oh, I'm glad I got that right.
Ainsley Maple Miles.
How the hell did I get that one wrong when I said ESR? What the fuck?
They mainly say my name. Mainly Ainsley Maitland Miles.
Okay.
Rami Yastu's up the first. Mr. Tom is second. This Christmas, I wanted a newer gift. Tavares, Erdegaard, Alba, Leno. Wanted
I
a
can't believe
newer
you did
gift.
that, Ray. I'm a little disappointed in you.
Are you gonna remember that one, Gary?
Yes, I am. I'm writing it down. Ray said
6 correct answers. Bring that up.
Oh dear.
Mr. Tom,
Wow.
S. O'Toole is in the house. Righty and AFC Rids. Rami Yasu is fifth.
Man. Oh man, I've gone from the top to bottom.
Bambi never had my stats. Who am I? Saka, Laka, Pepe, or Martinelli?
damn it, I don't even know. I'm guessing. Why am I guessing here? I don't
Bambi
know.
on ice. He looks like Bambi on ice.
This is the one I do know.
I don't know. I don't know why I should know this one. I should know it, but I don't.
4 correct answers for Pepe. It's going to be a very even contest today. S. O'Toole into the lead. Ramiyasu is up to second. Mr. Thomas fifth. Rids in third. Vince McMahon's fourth. I'm so tough, Uncle Artie would let me slide down the chimney. Who am I? White, Xhaka, Gabrielle, or Partey? I'm so tough, Uncle Artie would let me slide down the chimney. Who am I? And we will have the 5-question game. So it'll be a second quiz today.
I don't know. I guessed again, so I got this wrong.
There'll be 2 opportunities for winners today.
God, I hate this music.
5 correct answers. Granit Xhaka, 2 for Gabrielle, wrong, and 1 for Partey, wrong. Rami Yasu, Rid, second.
Ramiyasu on top.
Rids has a streak of 3 wins.
That's powered by his state.
Last Christmas, I got the best gift from Uncle Artie. Who am I? Emile Smith-Rowe, Xhaka, Nketiah, or Leno?
Mm.
Who got into the team last Christmas?
Who should have stayed in my team and never went back out?
Not Eddie. 2 more answers. 3 seconds. 8 people correct.
Hey, well done, everybody.
8 people correct with Emile Smith-Rowe. Ramiyasu and Reds and Righty, top 3. S. O'Toole still in there with a shout. 8 out of 14. Madrid didn't let me go at the 12th hour. I was paid up in full. Who am I? I was paid up in full. Nketiah, Leno, Odegaard, or Partey.
Where the fuck you get this image at?
Madrid didn't let me go. 6 correct answers on Partey. The trick was Odegaard there. Maybe 2 people fell into that trap. Rami S, who's in the lead. Panel guest tells Tales from the Crypt. No more trolls. Who am I? Panel guest tells Tales from the Crypt. No more trolls.
I don't know. I'll go this one.
Hasn't been on long enough to be considered part of a panel.
Tony, Sam, Matt, or Stan.
I don't know.
Don't worry, we'll have a second one.
I have the wrong damn button.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
3
All
correct
right.
answers. Tales from the Crypt. They're our resident vampire. Sam. I don't just score at home. I'm English, not Belgian. Who am I? Campbell, Holding, Emile Smith Rowe, or Saka. I don't just score at home alone. I'm English. I'm not Kevin De Bruyne. I'm the English Kevin De Bruyne. And right after this, we'll go straight into another one, a quick five question. Emile Smith Rowe is the correct answer for 5-0. Rami Yasu's in the lead, maybe on a saleable lead right now. AFC Reds.
Bring it on.
Second and third. Are you righty, Gary? On Arsenal, like me, there are many captains. I am in good company. Who am I? Erdegaard, Sambi, Xhaka, Tierney.
Oh, man.
Recommended by Vincent Company. Five seconds. Sambi is the correct answer.
Ooh, well done, everybody.
Miyasu on a streak of 7. Ray Andes come up in the 5th place. Second is up for grabs between Rids and Righty.
damn, how many fucking questions you got here, right?
Nowadays they play CDs, but in LA it used to be these. Who am I? Played a big part in today's game. Partey, Tomiyasu.
Oh no!
You got tricked? How did you get tricked on this one?
Oh, I'm an idiot. I pressed the wrong one.
Oh, I think I got this one right.
Oh God!
Only the older people will understand this. People with gray hair will understand this.
Well,
Yeah, that's the thing they had before CDs was the Lacazettes.
Oh dear!
Lacazettes.
wait,
Well, that brings AFC Reds and Righty closer to you.
how many questions is this thing, right?
14. Got 2 left.
In time, I will be the Big Apple at Arsenal. Who am I? In time, I will be the Big Apple.
This one. I think I clicked. I want to catch up to. What's his name?
Saka and Nketiah, yes, or Balogun.
Ramiyasu?
I was born in New York. Because I am the Big Apple. I was born in New York, and I am on loan at Middlesbrough.
He said he might actually try out for the U.S. team. So
Right.
Yes, he might declare for the U.S. The answer is Balogun. 6 of you got it right. Rids is back with an answer of 3, streak of 3. Ramiyasu's in the lead. Righty is second. Rids is third. Last question.
Ramiyasu won. He can't get overtaken.
My DNA has Catenaccio in me, but I'm more Ginga style. Who am I?
what?
He scored today. Martinelli, Tomiyasu, Partey, or Louise. And don't say Partey.
Hey,
Oh no! I've done it again.
you hit the wrong button again.
No!
You're still no win. You're too much ahead.
What a.
Well, there's
Don't
going
want
to
it.
the sprint quiz is coming next. So Martin,
You still won.
Answer.
You still won.
Correct answer. Rids, third place.
Ramiasu still won.
Righty, second. First place is
Matt.
Ramiasu. Mr. Tom, where were you,
take
Mr. Tom? Vince, I was fourth, and Randy was fifth. So listen, let's do the next one.
Booyah.
How do I do this? Play a new game. No, there we go. There we go. Okay.
I'm having steak every night now. That's it.
Right, everyone, stay in there.
All right, I need a place setting for me, so
Gonna get you a new code, everybody. For I believe.
Ray and technology just don't go together.
I think he does a good job, to be fair. I don't struggle with these. I like the little. To be fair, Ray, I really love the little clips you have on each question at the top of the question.
Yeah, the little gifs.
Yeah, the little gifs.
I'm like, where the fuck do half of those come from? I'm just like crazy.
They're great.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Okay.
all right,
Stop sharing.
Thanks, Ray. That was great.
that's cool. So who won again?
Ooh.
Mistake man.
Boo.
Steak and bake,
Congratulations.
baby. Steak and bake.
Woo!
Congratulations to the winner, and that
Cheers,
one
Mr.
was
Tom.
Matt.
That reminds
just
me of a bacon on bacon hamburger I had last night.
Ooh, sounds good.
I'm just holding the winner's trophy for you in your absence, Mr. Tom.
Yeah.
Two big old thick
You're
layers of
distracted.
bacon.
You were distracted
Gary,
this time.
it's great.
Well done, everybody.
Great hamburger.
Oh, I thought I'd lost everybody then.
No, we're still here. Waiting.
I think
for-
I think Ray's muted himself. I think.
I did.
I thought he muted all of us.
did.
Russ, you missed it.
Oh no.
Cheers, Ray. Well done.
3 points in a bag. Yay.
Hey, I've got to take
Okay,
a win when I can
so-
because everybody else smashes me every week normally. So.
More steak for Matt.
Yeah, baby. Hey, it was with Dauphinoise potatoes.
Hey, I'll
right?
have to,
I was
have to
living
edit
fancy.
this, right? I have to edit Arsenal out of sixth place. So I'd gladly do that. Edit Arsenal out of sixth place. So now there's only one Arsenal, Mr. Tom, and they are in the top four.
The Arsenal.
We are in the top four. So
Woohoo!
anything else you want to talk about, Gary? Is it worth talking about the Chelsea fans yesterday? A little bit disgraceful, I thought.
I think I might have missed what happened with that.
The Abramovich chance, wasn't it?
The Abramovich chance during the
Oh yeah, that. What in the what are you doing, people? Come on.
there's a
I mean,
time
it's
and a
just-
place.
Yeah, I mean it's not even. Isn't. I don't know. I just it makes no sense at all. I mean, like it doesn't. You know,
Just a
if
level
they
of
you know they
marketing.
can't they can't sit there and start chanting it and then make any comments to Newcastle, right? You can't do it. It just doesn't. It makes can't do it. Just silly. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't. I
It just
I
shows
did.
them up.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get people some days. This is pretty poor taste.
Yeah. There's a time and a place. Chelsea fans, Abramovich apparently is not going anywhere too quickly. He's probably going to vet and find the best possible owner for your team moving forward. And he has taken the advisory role of, turning all of the day-to-day running of the club to a quote-unquote charitable organization. it just stinks. A lot of stuff stinks right now in the world, and Chelsea being one of them. Tony, anything to say about it?
I'll go on a positive. All the companies are not selling stuff in Russia or not doing any business with Russia. I like seeing that. Seems like the companies have done more than any of the countries have, on besides a few.
Stan's asking what were they chanting? They were chanting Roman Abramovich during a moment's silence or standing with Ukraine, and I just thought it was in bad taste.
Yeah.
Bad taste. Not the time and the place. Chelsea fans, you'll have plenty of time to give your appreciation for the money that Roman Abramovich has propped up your club with,
Yeah.
and
He's giving them lots of trophies. They got to be happy about it.
yeah.
But
Before
you know what,
Abramovich,
Chelsea? Yeah.
go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just say Chelsea, one of those clubs, aren't they? It's we all know what the fan base is like. We all know what the club's like. It's not the classiest of clubs, is it? I don't think they conduct themselves amazingly well. It's just one of those clubs where you know what to expect from the fans. And if you said to me today, without me having known which club that was, someone had chanted their owner's name during a standing for Ukraine, I would have gone for Chelsea without missing a heartbeat. It's one of those, and sadly, the IQ of some football fans, it is a minority, but it's just sadly, it's just come on. Like Ray says, there's a time and a place. It's beyond football. Just shut up, keep quiet, and just do your talking and chanting for Abramovich somewhere else at some other time, or go on your YouTube channels
or even
and do it
after the
then.
game. After the game,
Yeah,
would be all right.
Yeah.
And I mean, half of them. I don't think half of them realise the ties he has anyway politically, and how he's been involved. I mean, I've seen loads of different kind of, you see on different sources of news and all of that kind of thing. People,
I think that's why he chose to sell before he gets any sanctions.
Yeah, but you see it all the time in these newspaper columns and things like that. Chelsea fans popping up here, there, and everywhere trying to defend him and all of this kind of stuff, saying, "Oh, he's got nothing to do." Well, it's like, well, actually, if you look back, his involvement in various different things and what he's been in, a part of influencing, he's actually got much closer ties than you realise. But all they'll see is, and quite, to some degree, you can understand it. All they'll see is, well, he's pumped loads of money into my club and he's won his trophies, so I support him. But like you say, it's just have a bit of class, pipe down, be quiet for a minute, and just hush your beaks, and then do your chanting from Mr. Abramovich in another way on your YouTube channels or whatever. It's just a level of IQ.
And what I would say, it's not the Russian people that should be victimized in all this. Unfortunately, there's going to be there's nobody that's not going to be affected from this. It's the oligarchs and it's Putin who should be affected at the end of the day. Unfortunately, people got caught in the crossfire.
It's still crazy. Putin claims to only have $200,000. It's just nuts.
Hey, who knows? We could be delivering this podcast from a bunker somewhere. At some point. Go and dig my garden up and stick a 5 foot concrete in the garden.
Wow.
At least my neighbors have a tornado shelter. I'll go stay in there.
Mr. Tom said, I would say it's a shame to see the Villains won, but I really needed them to beat Burnley, unfortunately, and Arsenal to beat Watford. We couldn't do much about the goal difference, though. Unfortunately, Leeds are going to have to win some games, and Mr. Tom, you know that. Someone once said, I hate Spurs as an Arsenal fan, and I hate Chelsea as I'm a human being. Asking Chelsea fans to have a bit of class like asking water not to be wet.
100%. That's the tell me.
Yeah. I mean, there's fans like this all over the place. It's just
it's a minority, Gary.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of
it was it a poppy thing, something like that, or no? Or was it just a remembrance of someone or something? Right.
It was for the Ukraine. It was for
Oh, sorry for you. Okay. Yep.
Moment of silence.
Yeah.
If you can't stand and be quiet for one of the most horrific things that's happening, I mean, there's obviously been a lot of horrific wars in the last couple of decades and things, but if you can't keep your mouth shut for a minute when that's happening, it just says a lot about you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and their biggest worry right now is how will their success continue. I'm sure Abramovich is going to find an owner who's going to invest similar amounts of money and take your club forward. So
Wasn't there a Turkish owner that's come forward, isn't there? I'm sure I've seen something about a Turkish owner. And then the new car, is it Amanda Staveley at Newcastle was trying to defend it and saying, "Oh well, I don't think it's fair that somebody should have their football club taken away from them because of their links politically." Oh, that to me smacks of they've got something going on in the back end. That just says to me, big red flag. You're involved with something pretty nasty, and it's going to come out on the watch at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The other team then, Gary, is Man United. We're going to talk about our rivals for the top four. Man United, they didn't do what they needed to do today. They didn't shut up their noisy neighbors, and all the
got their ass kicked, Trey.
They got their ass kicked.
Yeah, they looked really poor. They looked really poor today. And it was interesting going into this game. Everybody's like, well, you know what? They usually come out and play, and then City's like, this is not that type of day. It's not going to be that kind of game. We are, if not the best team.
You never know what United teams you're gonna get. Yeah. They're gonna either come out and be brilliant or just be shit.
Yeah, but there's
no middle ground for them.
But City's consistent enough that you have to be really on it, and they are wishy-washy right now, right? Some days you're going to get a decent performance out of them, and some days you're going to get what you got today. I mean, I don't think they're that bad, but I don't think we've seen them play worse. So there you go. Yeah, we're happy to see that. It makes it a lot easier for us as we move through these next number of games. We can steal some points, which is what we want to do against teams who are not expected to get points against. That's going to make it even. That's like double. You're talking about 6-pointers. Those are, any point we get from the games in hand are bonuses for us. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
Ray's magic number might be right that he puts up there all the time. Put your damn percentage up there, Ray. Because I said 6 wins gets us there.
Tony doesn't usually like to see these things, but today he does. So Ray, you're getting a plug from Tony, so you should enjoy it. Because next week, he's going to be like, take that thing off. It's so stupid.
What I want to see is usually I wanted to break that 20-win mark, and we're 5 wins away from that. I want to get 21, 22 wins this season.
I still think 6 wins does it. Maybe 7, but I think 6 does it.
Yeah.
6 with some draws.
As many wins as possible. Will there be a backstage tonight? Yes, Mr. Tom. We're going to wrap up in a few minutes. I'm going to drop it in very soon.
I thought we already wrapped up, Ray.
Yeah, pretty much.
He let me ramble on because he wanted to see how long we could go. So there you go.
What we're doing to this season, Gary, is we're not drawing many games, and those games that we could have lost, we're actually winning those games.
Yeah, I mean, we're
beating who we're supposed to. That's pretty much it.
Doing what we should be doing. Exactly right.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some losses there, right, that we're like kicking ourselves for, right? The Brentford game, the United game, the Everton game. I mean, those are games that you look at and you're like,
Imagine if those first 3 games weren't preseason games. It would be
if they weren't preseason and we could have counted them, we would have.
We could have been up there with Chelsea.
If we played like they counted, yeah.
True that.
See, I build him up, then I tear him down, Gary.
Yeah, you're just like the media. See, you guys are got the same game plan.
Build them up and you tear me down. Okay. Man United. Is Man United our main rival for the top 4 now?
No.
Wow.
Not West Ham. I think they'll be concentrated on the Europa League right now, and
I have to say Spurs, but they're struggling so much.
Wolves. We broke Wolves, right?
Wolves are broken.
We have 6 points on Spurs, and the same number of games played. So,
but they've got three games in hand over United, so 9 points.
Do we have a rival?
You think they're going to make up the 6 points?
I don't think so, no, but the potential's there.
I don't think we got a rival behind us. It should be us unless we fuck up.
Like I said, we get the 4 points out of the next 4 games, and then we go into the break on without losing. We start if we can bookend this 3-game stretch with points. I think we'll be good. I hope they have 4, but they could just be 2. So
There are no longer 2 Arsenals there.
All right, everybody. I think we will leave it there. Drop a like on the video. This Arsenal team now needs to accept the pressure of being in that top 4 spot and understand what that brings.
we want to be closer to Chelsea than we are to United, and we can do that. So yeah, let's try. We'll try to catch Chelsea. You always say if we try to catch Chelsea, then at least that gives us something to challenge for. If we don't get there, then we'll be 4th easy. So
Chelsea are going to be a tough one to catch, but let's aim for them. Thanks to Mahir for dropping by today, being with us. Thanks, of course, to the
That was Lacazette.
Tony. I don't know who you are, but thanks for dropping by. Matt and Gary, of course, as well.
We don't know who me and Matt are.
I think you meant 4 points from the
besides
next
meat eaters.
Right.
I meant 4 points for the next 3 games.
Yeah, you did say 4, but you meant 3.
Oh yeah. No. From 3 games, the 3-game stretch that we have before the break.
Let's be Leicester next weekend, and then we'll see what happens. So we can.
Matt, you should have seen McCaddle out behind me yesterday.
Leicester now.
Big old black English.
Really, all you could see was steak.
Did you steal one?
I was wanting to.
Really appreciate all
ready.
of you. There was a lot of people in today.
I didn't have.
No,
Matt, I didn't have a rifle, but I did have 2 pistols in the back of my wheelchair.
Hey, good night, Tony.
Good night, Tony.
Everybody.
Take care. Come on, you Gunners. We got the 3 points today.